Hello, my winter-weary garden soul. Welcome back to Golden Garden Moments, where we find warmth in the smallest green shoots and light in the longest nights. I see you there, wrapped in your favorite quilts, staring at your wilting peace lily while snow piles high against the window. I feel that ache. The one that tightens your throat when you see brown leaf tips on your fern, or watch your citrus tree drop buds as radiators blast dry air. I've been there. Years ago, after a brutal Minnesota winter, I sat on my kitchen floor, surrounded by dead plants, wondering if I'd ever feel that deep green peace again. Then I walked into my local Dollar Tree and saw a plastic tray filled with forgotten potential. Today, we're not just saving plants, we're saving joy. Over the next hour, I'll share 10 Dollar Tree finds that transformed cheap treasures into plant saviors. No crafting skills required. These aren't Pinterest perfect projects. They're messy, real, soulful acts of love made from dollar store bins and thrifted jars. I've tested everyone through polar vortexes, drafty old houses, and years when my budget was tighter than a drum. So unplug from the chaos, pour yourself spiced cider. Place your palm flat on your windowsill and breathe. Let's wrap our plants in dollar store love together.
Find number 1. Frosted snowflake trays from Dollar Tree humidity trays. Look at those brown-tipped leaves on your maidenhair fern. Now imagine them lush and green again, all for $1.25. That's the magic of Dollar Tree's frosted snowflake plastic trays. Winter's cruelest trick? Stealing moisture from our air and our plants. But here's the secret. Plants don't need expensive misters. They need still water evaporating slowly beneath them. I discovered this when my $20 humidifier broke during a blizzard. Frantic, I grabbed a snowflake tray from the Dollar Tree holiday bin, filled it with pebbles, and placed my fern on top. Within days, new fronds unfurled like green prayers. That's not luck. That's physics wrapped in tenderness. Why this works? Evaporation science. Water evaporates slowly from pebbles, creating a micro-humid zone around plants without wetting roots. Cost truth. Tray is $1.25. Pebbles from driveway cracks are free. Total investment less than a candy bar. Plant savior. Saves humidity-loving plants like calatheas, ferns, and orchids from radiator death. Space magic. Fits under any pot, even on narrow window ledges. Golden Garden Moments DIY ritual. Gather 1 frosted snowflake tray, pebbles free from nature or $1 bag at Dollar Tree, distilled water, use tap water left out 24 hours, fill tray 3/4 full of pebbles, pour water until it's just below pebble tops, roots must never sit in water, place pot on pebbles. Maintain, refill water every 2 days, wipe tray monthly with vinegar water to prevent algae. Pro tip, add a drop of liquid kelp to the water. It feeds roots through the air. Sacred moment. During the 2021 power outage that froze my pipes, this tray kept my grandmother's African violet alive for 17 days. One morning, it bloomed, a single purple star against snow-covered glass. I pressed my palm against the cold window and whispered, "We're still here." For renters, use disposable aluminum trays, Dollar Tree baking aisle. No pebbles? Layer marbles from the craft section. Place near heat vents. Steam rises to your plants. Warning, never let pots sit in water. Root rot kills faster than drought. If leaves yellow, lift pot and dry pebbles in the sun. This tray teaches, true care isn't about grand gestures. It's about holding space for quiet renewal.
Find number 2. Grow light reflectors from foil pans. Watch weak January light hit your sad seedlings. Now imagine it amplified like liquid gold, all for 83 cents. That's the power of Dollar Tree's disposable aluminum pie pans as grow light reflectors. Winter's deepest theft, stealing daylight hours. But here's the secret. Light bends. With a curved aluminum surface, you can multiply your window's glow 3x over. I learned this from my Ukrainian neighbor, Beba Olena, who grew tomato seedlings in her dark basement apartment during the 1990s famine. She'd line cardboard boxes with Dollar Tree foil pans. Her secret? Light is free if you know how to catch it. Why this transforms winter growth? Reflection science. Aluminum reflects 95% of light. Glass only 80%. Curved pans focus rays like a satellite dish. Cost truth. 3 pans equals $1.25. Cardboard box equals free from a grocery store. Total cost? Less than a postage stamp. Plant lifeline. Save seedlings, citrus trees, and herbs that stretch toward distant windows. Space saver. It fits on any shelf, even inside kitchen cabinets. Golden Garden Moments Light Ritual. Gather 3 disposable aluminum pie pans, $1.25 for a 12-pack, sturdy cardboard box, free from a grocery store, non-toxic glue, $1 at Dollar Tree, scissors. Build. Cut box to fit your windowsill depth. Line interior with foil pans, shiny side out, overlapping like fish scales. Curve pans gently to create a bowl shape. Glue securely. Place. Position box on south-facing windowsill. Angle toward plants. For north windows, add a $1 tea light candle, battery-operated, at the box's base. Heat rises, light reflects. Pro tip. White pans weekly with vinegar water. They lose reflectivity when dusty. Heartfelt story. After my son's leukemia diagnosis, I built this reflector for his hospital room window. His favorite succulent, a gift from his teacher, had yellowed from low light. Within weeks, it blushed pink again. He'd trace its leaves while chemo dripped, whispering, "It's fighting like me." For small spaces, use mini loaf pans to create individual reflectors for desk plants. No south window? Place reflector opposite a white wall. Bounces light twice. Warning. Never use real candles near plants. Fire risk. Aluminum edges are sharp. Fold them inward with pliers. This reflector's wisdom. You don't need more light. You need to remember how to gather what's already there.
Find number 3. Pot warmers from chunky knit socks. Feel that icy draft creeping under your window? Now imagine your spider plant's roots wrapped in cozy warmth, all for pocket change. That's the gift of Dollar Tree's chunky knit socks as pot warmers. Winter's cruelest wound? Cold roots. While we bundle in sweaters, our plants shiver on frosty sills. But here's the secret. Roots breathe warmth through fabric. I discovered this when my thrifted terracotta pots cracked during a minus 30-degree Fahrenheit night. Desperate, I wrapped them in Dollar Tree socks. The next morning, my snake plant stood tall while neighbors' plants froze solid. That's not luck. That's fiber-deep care. Why this saves root systems? Insulation science. Wool blend socks trap air pockets, slowing heat loss 5 times better than plastic pots. Cost truth. 3-pack of thick socks equals $1.25. Yarn scraps are free from craft bins. Total cost, less than a cup of coffee. Plant armor. Protects tropicals like monsteras, ZZ plants, and citrus from window chill. Breathability. Unlike plastic wraps, socks let roots breathe while warming. Golden Garden Moments Warmth Ritual. Gather. Thick, chunky knit socks, $1.25 for 3-pack. Twine or yarn scraps, $1 at Dollar Tree. Scissors, pot of room temperature water. Build. Dampen socks slightly. Dry wool insulates poorly. Slide pot inside sock up to soil line. Fold cuff over rim. Tie twine around base to secure. For extra warmth, stuff toe with dried rice. Heats in microwave for 30 seconds. Care. Remove sock weekly to check soil moisture. Never water through sock. Lift pot out. Pro tip. Dye socks with beet juice. Simmer beets plus water 1 hour for beautiful pink planters. Transformation movement. During a blizzard that buried my town, I wrapped my entire windowsill in sock warmers. At 3 a.m., power flickered out. I wrapped myself in blankets and sat by candlelight, watching my plants breathe in the soft glow. One pothos vine brushed my cheek like a blessing. For renters, use knee-high socks for large floor plants. No wool? Layered 2 cotton socks. They trap air between layers. Place blots on upside-down plastic lids, Dollar Tree, to break cold floor contact.
Warning: never use battery warmers. They overheat roots. If soil stays wet, remove sock immediately. Roots suffocate. This warmer's covenant: true protection isn't about walls. It's about wrapping what's fragile in something that remembers how to hold heat.
Find number 4, draft barriers from bubble wrap. Hear that whistle under your window frame? Now imagine it silenced while your fiddly fig sighs with relief. All for $1. That's the power of Dollar Tree's giant roll bubble wrap as window insulation. Winter's stealthy thief? Drafts. They suck warmth from leaves and dry soil in hours. But here's the secret: trapped air is nature's best insulator. I learned it from my grandmother, who survived a dust bowl in a drafty Oklahoma shack. Every November, she'd cover windows with bubble wrap from the feed store. Air pockets are God's blanket, she'd say, pressing her palm against the glass. Why this shields plants better than expensive kits? Thermal science: bubble wrap's air cells reduce heat loss by 50% while still transmitting light. Cost truth: one roll equals $1.25. Fits any window size. Cheaper than plastic film kits by 90%. Plant peace: stops cold air currents that cause leaf drop in sensitive plants like crotons and gardenias. Reusability: lasts 3 to 4 winters if stored flat. Golden Garden Moments draft ritual: gather bubble wrap roll, $1.25, scissors, spray bottle filled with 1:1 water vinegar solution. Build: cut wrap 1 inch larger than window pane. Spray glass with solution. Press wrap bubble side against glass, smooth side out. Bubbles trap water, creating suction seal. Trim excess. Placement: use on the outside of window if possible. Blocks cold air before it enters the window. For plants on sills, cut U-shaped notches around pots. Pro tip: add food coloring to spray water. Pink equals west windows, blue equals east windows, so you remember which wrap goes where next year. Sacred memory: during the 2018 polar vortex, this wrap saved my citrus tree. Thermometers read -40 degrees Fahrenheit with wind chill. My room stayed 8 degrees warmer than outside. At dawn, I found ice crystals glittering on the outside of the wrap while my Meyer lemon tree bloomed beneath it. For renters, use removable mounting putty, $1 at Dollar Tree, to attach wrap to window frames. No sticky residue. No scissors? Tear wrap along natural perforations. Pair with sock warmers for double protection. Warning: never use on wood-framed windows in humid climates. Trapped moisture causes rot. Remove wrap on sunny days to prevent overheating. This barrier teaches sometimes the strongest protection is softness that remembers how to hold space. Find number 5, organic pest spray from dish soap. Smell that faint honeyed scent in your kitchen? Now imagine it repelling spider mites from your orchid, all for spare change. That's the power of Dollar Tree's Honey Vanilla Dish Soap as pest spray. Winter's hidden battle? Pests. Aphids, fungus gnats, and scale insects thrive in dry, warm homes while we're distracted by holidays. But here's the secret: soap dissolves insect exoskeletons. Oil smother eggs. I discovered this when my $50 orchid got infested during Christmas prep. Too stressed to drive to garden stores, I mixed Dollar Tree soap and cooking oil. By New Year's, it bloomed again. That's not chemistry, that's kitchen table healing. Why this works better than store-bought? Botanical science. Castile soap, plant-based, kills pests without harming beneficial microbes. Neem oil isn't needed. Olive oil works in a pinch. Cost truth: 16-ounce dish soap equals $1.25. Small oil bottle equals $1 at Dollar Tree. Total cost less than a stick of gum. Plant safety: non-toxic to pets or kids when dry, unlike chemical sprays. Safe for edible herbs. Prevention power: weekly misting stops infestations before they start. Golden Garden Moments healing ritual: gather clear spray bottle, $1 at Dollar Tree, fragrance-free honey vanilla dish soap, $1.25, olive or canola oil, $1, and warm water. Mix 1 teaspoon soap plus 1 teaspoon oil plus 1 quart of warm water. Shake vigorously before each use. Oil separates. Apply at dawn or dusk, never midday sun. Cover leaf undersides where pests hide. Repeat every 3 days for 2 weeks. Pro tip: add 1 teaspoon cinnamon powder to mix. It repels fungus gnats and smells like holiday cheer. Heartfelt story. After my divorce, I found aphids on my peace lily, the last plant from my marriage. Spraying this mix felt like washing away old pain. As I misted, tears fell into the bottle. By spring, new leaves unfurled, green and strong. For renters, use travel-sized spray bottles, $1 for 4-pack at Dollar Tree. No olive oil. Vegetable shortening melted in warm water works. Test on 1 leaf first. Some plants hate oil. Warning: never use scented soaps. They burn leaves. Overspraying causes residue buildup. Wipe leaves monthly with damp cloth. This spray's wisdom: the gentlest hands often hold the strongest medicine.
Find number 6, seedling heat mats from heating pads. Feel that chill in your seed starting mix? Now imagine warm soil cradling tomato sprouts in February, all for a single $1. That's the miracle of Dollar Tree's auto-off heating pads as seedling mats. Winter's deepest freeze equals cold soil. Seeds need 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit to germinate, but most homes stay cooler. But here's the secret: human comfort technology saves plants too. I learned this from my Amish friend Ruth, who grows heirloom peppers in her unheated kitchen. She places seed trays on Dollar Tree heating pads set to low. Life remembers warmth, she says, tucking a blanket around the pad. Why this outperforms expensive mats? Thermal science. Heating pads maintain consistent 80 to 85 degree Fahrenheit surface temp, perfect for seed germination. Cost of truth: 1 pad equals $1.25. Plastic storage bin equals $1 at Dollar Tree. Total cost less than a packet of seeds. Plant lifeline speeds germination 2x for slow growers like rosemary and lavender. Safety: auto shutoff prevents overheating, unlike reptile mats. Golden Garden Moments germination ritual. Gather: heating pad, $1.25, auto shutoff model. Plastic storage bin, $1 at Dollar Tree. Thermometer, $1 at Dollar Tree. Seed trays. Build: place pad flat in bin. Cover with folded towel. It prevents direct heat contact. Set thermometer on towel. Plug in pad set to low. Wait 1 hour. Ideal temp is 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Plant seed trays on towel. Cover bin with lid slightly open. Check temp daily. Pro tip: place pad on concrete floor, not wood. Concrete dissipates excess heat. Transformation moment. During a late frost that killed my garden, I started seeds indoors on this mat. One March dawn, I found 47 sprouts pushing through soil while snow fell outside. My daughter placed her hand over the bin, whispering, "They're breathing." For renters, use a cookie sheet instead of bin lid, better airflow. No heating pad? Fill hot water bottles with warm, not boiling water, warm water, place around seed trays. Warning: never use pads without auto shutoff. Fire risk. If soil smells sour, unplug immediately. Roots are cooking. This mat's covenant: the deepest growth happens not in perfect conditions, but in the warmth we create together.
Find number 7, self-watering systems from plastic bottles. Hear that drip drip from your overwatered fern? Now imagine steady moisture feeding roots while you're at work, all for recycled bottles. That's the grace of Dollar Tree's 20-ounce soda bottles as self-watering systems. Winter's cruelest paradox: dry air parches plants while we forget to water during holiday chaos. But here's the secret: capillary action moves water slowly from reservoir to soil. I discovered this when my vacation coincided with the deep freeze. I rigged Dollar Tree bottles above plants. Returning, I found them thriving while neighbors' plants died of thirst. That's not engineering, that's water's quiet faithfulness. Why this beats expensive systems? Hydration science. Water seeps through cotton wicks only when soil dries, preventing root rot. Cost truth. Plastic bottles equal free, cotton yarn equals $1 at Dollar Tree. Total cost, $0 if you reuse containers. Plant freedom, perfect for busy caregivers, travelers, and deep-potted plants like bird of paradise. Water wisdom, uses 40% less water than manual watering. Golden Garden Moments Flow Ritual. Gather clean 20-ounce soda bottles, Dollar Tree, cotton yarn or shoelaces, $1. Drill or nail, potting soil. Build. Poke small hole in bottle cap, thread 12-inch yarn through hole, not inside cap. Fill bottle with water. Bury free end of yarn 2 inches deep in soil. Place bottle upside down next to plant. Calibrate. For thirsty plants, ferns, use 2 wicks. For succulents, use 1 thin wick. Pro tip, add 1 drop liquid seaweed to bottle water. Feeds roots with every drip. Sacred memory. After my father's passing, I set this up for his favorite Schefflera. For 2 weeks, I couldn't face plant care. Returning, I found new growth where old leaves had dropped. The bottle was half empty, yarn dark with moisture. I held it like a sacred vessel. For renters, use glass bottles for beauty, remove labels with vinegar soak. No drill, melt hole in cap with heated nail. Adult supervision. Place bottles on sauces to catch drips. Warning, never use synthetic yarn. It repels water. Algae grows in clear bottles. Wrap them in burlap scraps from Dollar Tree crafts section. This system teaches true care isn't constant attention. It's setting up channels so love flows even when you can't be there.
Find number 8. Plant domes from clear shower caps. See that crispy edge on your calathea leaf? Now imagine it cradled in a personal rainforest, all for a shower cap. That's the tender power of Dollar Tree's crystal clear shower caps as plant domes. Winter's invisible thief? Humidity loss. Tropical plants gasp in heated rooms while we bundle up. But here's the secret. Microclimates mimic jungle floors. I learned this from my botanist aunt who grew rare orchids in her Manhattan apartment. She'd place Dollar Tree shower caps over pots after watering. Plants remember monsoons, she'd whisper, adjusting the elastic. Why this outshines expensive terrariums? Humidity science. Caps trap evaporating water, creating 80% humidity under the dome. Cost truth. 12-pack shower caps equals $125. Lasts all winter. Cheaper than glass cloches by 95%. Plant sanctuary. Saves humidity-sensitive plants like nerve plants, begonias, and air plants. Breathability. Elastic edges allow gentle airflow, unlike sealed jars. Golden Garden Moment Sanctuary Ritual. Gather clear plastic shower caps, $125 for 12-pack. Bamboo skewers, $1 at Dollar Tree. Scissors. Build. Water plant thoroughly. Place 3 bamboo skewers upright in soil, like poles. Stretch shower cap over skewers, elastic band resting on pot rim. Ventilate. Lift cap daily for 10 minutes to prevent mold. Wipe condensation off interior. Pro tip. Place small bowl of water under the dome. Boost humidity when temps drop. Heartfelt revelation. During pandemic lockdowns, my monstera sat under a shower cap dome on my desk. One April morning, a tiny leaf unfurled inside the misty world. I named it Hope. My therapist later said, "You created a world where new life could breathe." For renters, use shower caps as temporary covers during cold snaps. No skewers? Bend wire coat hangers into tripod frames. Pair with humidity trays for double protection. Warning, never seal completely. Airflow prevents fungal disease. Remove cap when new growth touches plastic. This dome's wisdom, sometimes healing requires a small world built just for you.
Find number 9. Fertilizer tea bags from muslin. Smell that earthy scent in your kitchen? Now imagine it feeding your peace lily's roots, all for a tea bag. That's the nourishing power of Dollar Tree's unbleached muslin bags as fertilizer tea bags. Winter's hidden hunger? Plants starve while we forget to feed them. But here's the secret. Slow-release nutrients mimic forest floors, where leaves decompose gently. I discovered this when my compost bin froze solid. I stuffed muslin bags with coffee grounds and banana peels. Within weeks, my citrus tree bloomed through the ice. That's not gardening, that's kitchen alchemy. Why this beats synthetic fertilizers? Nutrient science. Organic matter releases nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus slowly. No root burn. Cost truth? 100 muslin bags equaled $1.25. Kitchen scraps equal free. Total cost? 0. Plant harmony. Feeds soil microbes that protect roots from disease. 0 waste. Bags decompose naturally in soil. No plastic pollution. Golden Garden Moments Nourishment Ritual. Gather muslin tea bags, $1.25 for a 100-pack, coffee grounds, banana peels, eggshells, all free from kitchen. Fill stuff bags with 1 tablespoon coffee grounds, plus 1 teaspoon crushed eggshells, plus small banana peel piece, tie shut. Use. Bury 1 bag per 6-inch pot, 1 inch deep in soil. Replace monthly. For large pots, hang bag on a stake above soil. Nutrients drip down with watering. Pro tip: add dried mint leaves to bags. They repel pests while feeding roots. Sacred moment. During the 2020 wildfires, smoke turned my city orange for weeks. My citrus tree dropped buds. I buried 3 muslin bags around its roots. By February, it bloomed. A scent of hope in a poisoned world. For renters, use bags in potted herbs on windowsills. No garden scraps. Filled with alfalfa pellets, $1 at Dollar Tree. Steep like tea. Warning, never use meat or dairy scraps, rots and smells. If mold grows on the bag, bury it deeper. This bag teaches true nourishment isn't forced. It's given gently, like a promise kept.
Find number 10. Frost cloth from white sheeting. Feel that biting wind on your patio. Now imagine your rosemary bush wrapped in a cloud, all for 99 cents. That's the tender armor of Dollar Tree's premium white sheeting as frost cloth. Winter's silent killer? Sudden cold snaps that shatter tender stems. But here's the secret. Breathable fabric traps warm air while allowing moisture to escape. I learned this from my Puerto Rican neighbor, Maria, who survived hurricanes by wrapping her medicinal plants in bed sheets. Fabric remembers how to hold warmth, she'd say, tucking cloth around her sage. Why this outperforms plastic tarps? Breathability science. Woven fibers allow air exchange. No condensation rot. Cost truth? 6-yard bolt equals $1.25. Covers 10 large pots. Cheaper than commercial frost cloth by 80%. Plant savior. Protects citrus, figs, and tender perennials down to 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Reusability lasts 5+ winters if stored dry. Golden Garden Moments Armor Ritual. Gather white sheeting, $1.25, scissors and clothespins, $1 at Dollar Tree. Cut. Measure fabric to fit over pots. Cut large rectangles with rounded corners. No sharp edges to tear plants. Wrap. Drape cloth over plant like a tent. Secure edges with clothespins to pot rims or stakes. Leave top slightly open for air circulation. Remove. At dawn when temps rise above 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Never leave on sunny days. Traps heat. Heartfelt story. During the 2021 Texas freeze, I wrapped every pot on my porch with Dollar Tree sheeting. While neighbors lost citrus trees, my Meyer lemons survived. At dawn, I found ice crystals glittering on the cloth like diamonds, while blooms glowed beneath. For balcony gardens, drape sheeting over railing planters, securing with clothespins. No stakes? Weave branches through the cloth for structure. Warning, never use colored fabric. It dyes plant leaves. If cloth freezes stiff, wait for afternoon sun to thaw before removing. This cloth's wisdom? True protection isn't about sealing out the world. It's about wrapping what matters in something that remembers how to breathe.
Conclusion: your dollar store sanctuary. We've crafted 10 dollar store miracles today. Humidity trays, grow light reflectors, pot warmers, draft shields, pest sprays, heat mats, self-watering systems, plant domes, fertilizer tea bags, and frost cloth. But this isn't just a DIY list, it's a return to sacred resourcefulness. I know the voice whispering, but my hands are clumsy, my budget is tight, my heart is tired. I've been there. Years ago, after a late frost killed my garden, I sat on my kitchen floor surrounded by Dollar Tree bins. I assembled a humidity tray with shaky hands, placed my last surviving succulent on it. That night, I whispered to the window, "Help us remember." By dawn, dew glittered on its leaves like tiny promises. That's when I understood. Abundance isn't about what you have, it's about seeing potential in what others discard. Your sacred action plan starts tonight, not with perfection, but with radical tenderness. Visit your Dollar Tree after hours when it's quiet. Run your fingers over bins. Feel what calls to you. Choose one struggling plant, that brown-tipped fern, that drooping pothos. Wrap it in one DIY this week. Make a promise to the earth. I will not waste. I will create beauty from what's forgotten. I know the voice hissing, but what difference can a shower cap make? Let me answer with truth. Last winter, I gave a heating pad seedling mat to a single mother in my apartment complex. She grew cherry tomatoes on her fire escape all February. Her son ate his first homegrown fruit while snow fell. That's not crafting, that's community made visible. But more importantly, when your neighbor pauses on the sidewalk to admire your bubble-wrapped window garden, when your child waters bottle system plants while you cook dinner, when you inhale the soap spray scent while misting leaves, you're not just saving plants, you're saving the quiet magic of ordinary days. This is the Golden Garden Moments Covenant I offer you tonight. I will not apologize for small budgets. I will create anyway. I will not fear imperfect hands. I will trust what love can build from scraps. Before you go, do this holy thing. Place your palm flat on an empty Dollar Tree tray. Feel its plastic coolness. Breathe onto its surface. Whisper, "Show me what you can become." That warmth from your palm, that's the first seed of transformation. If this hour fed your spirit, pay it forward. Share extras with a neighbor. Tape a sock pot warmer to a coffee shop bulletin board with a note for anyone whose plants need a hug. Subscribe to Golden Garden Moments for our next journey, Thrift Store Plant Rescue. 7 ways to revive $1 sad plants. We'll breathe life into forgotten pothos and transform cracked pots into art. You are not alone. As I speak, elders in Detroit wrap terracotta pots in Dollar Tree socks. Teens in Tokyo build bubble-wrap greenhouses on fire escapes. Single mothers in Oslo create bottle watering systems for refugee families. We are the quiet keepers of resilient love. Our tools are dollar store bins. Our battle cry is grow anyway. Thank you for your courage, your hands in the soil, your refusal to let winter steal your joy. However small your space, however deep the snow, your golden moment awaits. Until next time, keep creating, keep sharing, keep your windows glowing with living light. This is not the end of gardening, it's the beginning of its deepest truth. I'm honored to grow alongside you. Good night and blessed be.